Am I live like Memorex? Am I live like Memorex? I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to need to see a comment or something so that I can know that we are live. Okay? Are we live? Are we live? Okay, wait. I'm trying to find, where was I? 1 second. What the heck? Oh, okay. I'm back. Hi, Logan. I know you, I hope you can hear me. I'm going to do an intro, my normal thing, and then I'll bring you in my live. So just hang out for like 1 more minute. And I just needed to make sure that everyone can see me. I was trying to make sure I can get some comments here. Let's see. All right. Okay, they can see us. They can see us. We is live like Memorex. Hey, y'all. I know y'all missed me. I miss y'all. I have been in my own life trauma, as most of you all know. Well, let me back up. If this is your first time tuning in to Trauma to Triumph, I am Terry Long. I am the CEO and founder of Trauma to Triumph. This is a platform where we share our real life stories of how we come from trauma and transition to living triumphantly. And we have been doing some amazing things with this Trauma to Triumph project. We are healing people. We are changing lives. We are turning wounds into wisdom, one story at a time. I'm so grateful for all of your participation, your engagement, your feedback. I want to be able to say I'm so grateful for your sponsorship. Hello. I mean, we got to keep this thing moving. So if you all would love to become a sponsor, advertise, or if you just want to do a Cash App donation or a PayPal donation, Trauma, the number 2, Triumph. So very grateful. And we are a nonprofit. So if you want to donate a big check, hey, listen, it's tax write-off. Yes. Okay. I'm getting used to this new webcam. I feel like if I'm looking at the webcam, I can't see myself. So I don't know if I'm looking crazy or not. But if I look like this, I can see myself. But then I don't know if I'm looking straight at the webcam. So y'all tell me, y'all want me like this or y'all want me like this? See, if I'm like this, I can't see myself, but y'all can see me. And as long as it's all right on y'all's end, then it's all good. I'm so happy to be back. I've skipped a couple weeks because of my own real life trauma. You all know, most of you who know me, you know that my mom has been going through a lot, and we put her into the home hospice program 2 weeks ago. And my mom is still waking up on her own every day, y'all. That lady she is a stubborn, good mess. Okay. She's in home hospice. The first week was so tough. The first week really, really broke me and my sister down. Like, you know how they used to say, bust down to the white meat. I mean, for real. But then week 2, things started to get a little better with my mother. And, you know, we survived week 1. We survived week 2, but it was better. And now we're into week 3. And my mom, the pain level is getting more stabilized, you all. She's not screaming of pain at every 7 minutes. And, you know, it's up to God at this point. It's in God's hands. He's still waking her up every morning. So who knows? But that's what I've been going through. And it's been really, really hard on me. And then I just lost one of my best friends, a piece of my heart, one of my dearest, best friends, my person, Nakia. She died unexpectedly for so many people. And I've been having a tough time processing it. So I've been going through my own real life trauma, which is why you haven't seen me. But we're back tonight. I have an amazing guest tonight. I heard about this young man and a little teeny bit about his story. I didn't want to hear a lot because, as you all know, we like to be organic and authentic on here. And my reactions, my comments, my feedback are always organic because I don't have an opportunity to have anything preconceived. I always make sure that my guests don't give me all of the information up front, and I do that intentionally. So I'm going to bring in tonight's guest. His name is Logan Bryce Martin, And let's see if I add him to the stage. There he is, y'all. Let's welcome Logan to the show tonight. Thank you so much, Logan, for being a part of Trauma to Triumph. This platform is near and dear to my heart. And I don't know if you were listening earlier when I said that we are changing lives and we are healing people on this platform, because what happens is people watch this because they're looking for similarity. They're looking for someone who can share a story about something that relates to them, because maybe they haven't been able to go and talk to someone. They may not be comfortable with going to seek mental health therapy. A lot of people don't want to go sit in a chair one-to-one with someone that they don't know. But when they see something like this and they can hear a story like what you're about to share tonight, you never know who you may resonate with. You never know whose life you might touch by just sharing and being transparent about your own journey of when trauma entered your personal life, where, you know, however that looks, and take us on a journey of how you got through that to the young man, the amazing man that we see across on this platform tonight, on this live tonight. And before I let you introduce yourself, I heard word on the street, Logan, is today is your birthday.
Definitely.
Oh, it's your
Yeah.
birthday. Hey, happy birthday. It's Pisces season, y'all. It's Pisces season. Shout out to all the Pisces. I get excited with Pisces season, not because I'm a Pisces, but I'm a Cancer, and everything I have read all of my life says Pisces and Cancers are really all right with each other in a great way. So whenever it's Pisces season, I'll be like, hey, y'all, hey. So happy birthday to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And thanks again for being a part of this tonight, Logan. What I like to do on this platform is, you know, I informally introduced you, and now I want you to introduce yourself the way you would like to, you know, be introduced. And then we'll go on a journey. You'll take us on a journey down memory lane and go back as far as you're comfortable with, and talking to us about when you feel real life trauma was part of your life. Sometimes people have trauma when they're children. Sometimes people are born into trauma, honestly. You can experience, I know for me, I have some childhood trauma that I've shared. Unrelated to my parents. I have the most amazing parents ever, but I have some childhood trauma that my father doesn't even know about. And I be telling y'all on here, I ain't trying to kill my daddy. He's 97 years old, almost 100, but I can't tell y'all certain stuff while he's still alive. I'm sorry, because my father would be, listen, even at 97, when he finds out certain things about his babies, oh, you know. So, yeah, I just want you to take us on a journey of your own Trauma to Triumph story after you introduce yourself and kind of give a high level of who you are today, and then take us on a trip down memory lane.
Okay, cool. So, good evening, everyone. I am Logan Bryce Martin. Where can I start? Well,
who are you? You can start right there. Like, who are you, Logan Bryce Martin?
Currently, who I am now, I am a person of many things. I played professional ball. I did TV, acting, reality TV star, whole 9 yards. Background TV, Tyler Perry Studios, the whole 9 yards. I'm an author. This is my very first book. This is a 19-month project, and I'm very thrilled and happy that it came the way it is. It's been very successful.
Yay!
Just grateful and I'm honored. I am also several nonprofit organizations. I'm the type of person who wants to give back, who gives back, who helps, who's there for people, who wants to make a difference, who wants to see a change, and that's who I've been. I've been like this all my life. I've always been a giver. I've always been a person who's tried to look out for someone else, provide for someone else, be there for someone else, and it's, you know, it hits a little different when you don't receive it back. But hey, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is, right? Okay.
But yeah, I've done a lot in the last 50 years that I've literally been on this planet.
Are you 50?
I am 50 years old as of today. I am 50.
Oh, that's And you chose to give us an hour of your time on your 50th milestone birthday.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, hey,
Hey,
work, gotta keep working.
I
It's not
know
done.
that's right. A
Yeah,
lot of
so
comments are on here. People are wishing you happy birthday. So that's amazing.
thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. I'm very honored and grateful. So yeah, my life, um, a PK. I grew up in the church, so the Apostolic Pentecostal Faithful Gospel, you name it, the whole 9 yards. I walked them all.
So for
But
people who don't know what a PK is, that's the preacher's kid. Is that correct?
that is correct, the preacher's kid. And you know what they say about it. But anyway,
I know. Y'all be
but
the worst ones.
well, for those that wants to vouch for that, but nevertheless, I've been grateful. I've come a long way. Um, I came from. I'm the oldest of six siblings. My story goes all the way back to 1976 in the country of Germany, West Germany, where I was born, and then came to the States. And
Okay, so you were in the you're a military brat.
I'm an Army brat. I'm an Army.
Okay.
And so, and realistically, to be honest, I am grateful because technically I shouldn't exist. And I know that sounds crazy, but I say that because when I was in my mother's womb, she was pushed. If you know anything about the Autobahn traffic in Germany,
Mm.
it's a lot of fast moving vehicles. So there was a situation that happened between another individual, and so she was pushed into the traffic, and God spared her life, spared me, who was still in her womb. So technically, I shouldn't even be here. She shouldn't even be here. So to get from 76 to 2026, it was just, I believe, just an ordained destiny for my life. From the coming up as a child, oldest of six, four boys and two girls. I'm the oldest, so the oldest kind of gets
Yep.
the bulk of the whatever's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and trauma can come from all walks of life, or can come from every situation. With me, it was coming into it. We didn't pick our parents, and don't get me wrong, I have great parents. I love my parents. I love my father's no longer here on the planet, but my mother's here. So I'm not a mama's boy, but I love my mama. Uh,
Okay. All right.
so this journey was really sort of inspired based on her, because she's dealt with a lot of things that kind of affected me, and so
Mm.
it yes, coming up, it was rough coming up. Being very in the church, very stern, sheltered. And so when you get a little older, you experience things, and when you experience it, you're being told not to, or not to be involved or get involved. But then when you do, it's a whole different ballgame because you're not used to it. So my life spanned from coming up into the coming up in church with family and things of that nature. There was strict discipline. There was things that and sometimes your parents just learn from their parents. And so I dealt with that. I dealt with coming up. I dealt with discipline,
Mm-hmm.
things as far as how we should do this, how we should do that. I always looked at why we're so different than any other individual, why we're going through things that we shouldn't go through is kind of weird, but hey, we didn't have any control as a kid. And so um, from the uh, upbringing to becoming a young man, and then carrying those things into my young man and adult life off to college, you spiral out. You spiral
Mm.
out. Back in my time, and the way I was come up, you do as I say. You don't do as I do. You do as I
Right.
say.
Do as I say,
And
not as I do.
exactly. And so at that point, you're trying to learn why we're different than everyone else. Why is things so different? Why we can't do this? Why we can't do that? Why is the sin for this? Why is the sin for that? And it just the you know that, and then plus on top of that, you did the chastisement and things of that nature. It was just a lot of craziness that spiraled from my upbringing when it came to my father. Uh,
So would it be fair to say, Logan, that growing up as a preacher's kid, you're under a lot of scrutiny, and that can be burdensome to a child and a teenager, like having to own up to certain, I mean, be held to certain standards. You didn't choose to be a pastor; you just was born. That ain't that, like, you know what I mean? Like that's always usually the story that I get. So is that your I guess would you agree with that you all have it a lot of different, because people look at you different and they have different expectations?
that's true, and you want to emulate your dad. I mean, that's I think that's every son's mindset is to
Hmm.
be like their dad or better. And so a lot of people don't know about this, but when I was younger, I inherited a ministry from my father. I was a young senior pastor of two ministries in one state.
Wow.
So being like that, he became ill, and so at that point, I coach. Now, me personally, I was in the streets. I'm not going to deny it. I was in the streets, and I was in the
So
streets
take us
hard.
back, though, because what people will want to know a little bit is, you've had a good structured life, like you said, with two parents.
Right.
And what was it? Now that you're on the other side of life, when you look back, what do you feel it was that got you to say, you know what, I'm going to be in the streets? What was it? What was the driving factor? Was it peer
Uh,
pressure? Was it that you all couldn't afford things that you wanted? What was it?
Honestly, it was the fact that when you're told don't do something because it may be this, it may be that, or that's not what we do because that's not who we are. We don't associate ourselves with those outside of the church or things of that nature. So you become curious, just like a child. You tell a child don't touch the stove and it's hot.
Mhm.
They don't understand it until they actually touch it.
They will
And
be
so
like, mm-hmm.
exactly. So what happened with me is I think personally, I was seeking love. I was looking for love
Ah,
and affection.
love in a relationship, or love just like love that you
Love,
weren't getting from parents?
exactly. Love that I felt that I remember as a kid, on the back of my father's car, there was a bumper sticker that said, "Have you hugged your child today?"
Mm-hmm.
And I will never forget that. I'm 50 years old and I will never forget that bumper sticker. And I was a little boy. And I wondered, you see things on TV and you see things in the neighborhood and you see things at school and you're like, they're hugging their son, they're hugging their daughter. You
Mm-hmm.
know, why haven't I experienced the hug and affection from my father? So it was weird. And I'm like, when I get a certain age, I'm going to find, but I found love in all the wrong places. It was good, don't get me wrong,
Listen.
the wrong places. So I gravitated to that and it
Mm-hmm.
spat out. And not in a bad way, but I just lost myself because every time you was looking, I wasn't finding it. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It
Uh-huh.
didn't matter, it didn't matter, which woman I was with. You just didn't find the love comparison that I was trying to get from my
Yep.
mom or from my
Yep.
father. And so you search and you go on and you go on and you with this one, you with that one, you over here, you over there, and you with two or three, it just got crazy.
Hey,
And
whoa, two or three.
and
No, I'm joking.
and, and it just, you spiral out of control until one day I woke up about 25 years old, realizing I gotta love myself. Love is self-worth. It's not from someone else. You got to be able to love yourself. And I had to do that. I don't know where it came from. I wasn't told that. I didn't read it. Something just hit me at 25 years old and said, you really think you got this going? You really think you got it going on until it clicked like you ain't the only dude. You
Hmm.
ain't the only one. And I was like, I think I'm doing the most. I'm the player, I'm this and I'm that, and I got this because I thought that was love.
Mm-hmm.
the more you had, the more they loved you. And really it wasn't. And so one day at 25, I woke up and it hit me and said, you have to love who you are. Love yourself. And that's when all of that that I used to do, that I was seeking and searching for, it went away like immediately. So I started changing my way. Now don't get me wrong. I ain't finna be coming holier than thou and say, oh, the Lord came down and he lived with me. No, you still have that monkey on your back
Yeah.
because you welcomed it to come home with you
Mm-hmm.
consistently for many years.
It's a
So the
spirit.
monkey, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was still there. Even though I wanted to do right and I was doing right, I still got tugged,
Yep.
but I realized what it was. And so a lot of that came based on my upbringing, based on how my father was to us, how he was to me. And that bothered me because when you have, and don't get me wrong, I love my father, and this is not a bashing ordeal or nothing like that whatsoever.
Right.
But the truth are what they are, facts are to be as they are told. So, my dad wasn't just consistently always there. He was
Mm-hmm.
in and out of situations and that kept him away from home and kept us away, kept him away from the family. And, it just, we survived with a family of six at the time off of $525. I mean, how can you pay rent? How can you put gas?
Mm.
You put groceries in the house. How can you feed and clothe five individuals and your mother? So we don't know how we made it, but my mama was a praying woman.
Mm.
My mama was the anchor, was the shield, was the buckle, was the sword of the family, and still is to this very day. And because of her, I was at one time willing to, because I didn't have what I was searching from my father, I was willing to say, you know what, maybe he'll accept me if I did get incarcerated. Maybe because
Oh.
that's a connection.
I'll
So
get his
so
attention.
maybe if I do something to get myself locked up or something of that nature, he'll come and visit me. He'll talk to me more.
So you really did have those thoughts?
Of course, of course, of course.
Wow.
um, and you have these thoughts because you're looking for all kind of ways to be accepted or be embraced, to be hugged, be mentioned, I always wanted my father to be like, that's my oldest boy. There ain't nothing than a man having a son and saying, that's my son,
Yeah, that's
that's
my
my son.
boy.
Yeah, and so I never got that. And
Did you ever
so
have this conversation with him while he was alive?
could never get him to sit down. And when you did have a conversation, when you did bring things up, he would never engage.
Mm-hmm.
Those things that, he didn't do anything wrong. There was nothing wrong. You know, he did the best you could, blah, 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 and you're trying to share, your heart to him and say, listen, Dad, I love you now. If I can embrace you as a son, surely you should have been able to embrace me as a father.
Right.
And so, it bothered me. So do you have that issue, and then you have suicidal thoughts, that
Mm.
picked up on me, suicidal thoughts like, what if you ain't love? What is your purpose of being on this planet?
Right.
What's your point? What's your
And
point?
you
Now,
and so you didn't feel love from your mom either, Logan?
I felt love from my mama, but still, do you realize when you see TV, and I know it's fake fiction or whatever the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
but when you see other parents maybe hug their children and do things and embrace their children, well, I had to understand some of our parents was not raised like that to
You
become
weren't. They
able
didn't come
to
from
pass
that.
on to us.
Yep.
So I had to embrace that with my mama and my daddy.
Yep.
But still, as a young man, looking up to a giant who is his father, who is his protector, who is his provider, who is his leadership, his guidance, his counselor. You know what I'm saying? Who he can go to and shoot the breeze with, because that's pops, right?
Yes.
You didn't get that. And if you don't get that, then at that point you started thinking crazy things. So suicidal thoughts creeped in, Uh,
Wow.
and don't get me wrong, suicidal thoughts are normal to any and everybody, because everybody's always looking for a way out. It's abnormal to actually do it. But
Right, 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 right.
at the end of the day, I knew that because the way I was brought up, that wasn't the key. That wasn't the
That
answer.
wasn't okay. Good.
And so I fought through that. And I said, you know what? I'm worth something. I don't know what it is, but I need to find out. I need to keep striving. I'm hitting bumps. I'm hitting potholes. I'm hitting boulders. And I'm like, why am I having these setbacks? Why is my life like this? I'm a good person. I'm loyal. I'm dedicated. I'm steadfast. I believe in God. I
Mm.
work with this one. I work with that one. I help this one. I help that one. Why in the hell I'm catching hell? And so,
Do you know why now? I don't mean to interrupt you because I have my I'm like, I know why, Logan. I know why. Because you're special, you're chosen. That's
exactly,
why.
exactly,
And the
exactly,
enemy been attacking you from day one.
exactly.
But he
You
ain't winning.
I always win. I always win. I've been winning since
Okay.
a very long time. And so, yeah, I always win. And I
He
tell
ain't
people,
gonna win.
never, 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 never. I've defeated them, and I'm continuing to keep winning. So that's
That's
just me.
right.
And so, yeah, you know, um, I fought through it. And I remember one time when I was heading off to college. Um, my mom. Now, I'm gonna give you a little free pro bono. So my name originally was not Logan Bryce Martin.
Okay.
It was the original name that my mama gave me in '76 when I entered the world, coming out of her womb.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name she gave. That's the name she signed on the paperwork.
Okay.
Father, who in Germany at the time, an officer, or pretended to be an officer of an high-ranking officer, went and told the nurses and the doctors to change my name to Jimmy Jerome Martin Jr. So that's what
Was
they
that
brought
his
me back.
name?
That was his name. So he didn't like the fact that my mother named me Logan Bryce Martin instead of Jimmy Jerome Martin Jr. He
Right.
wanted to be a junior.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at that point, that's when my identity was literally taken from me, because I was not Logan Bryce Martin. I became an identity from my father.
Mm-hmm.
I became what he was, or came an off branch of him
Of
based
him.
on his name, which hindered my blessings currently that I receive now, or I've been receiving from the age of 19 up to now, technically,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I was what? Still walking in the shadows or in the name footprint of my father,
When
and
did you
not my
change your
own
name?
original birthright. I changed my name this year. When I
Good
was
for you.
49 years old, I changed it. Before I finished the book, it got changed legally through the system. And I asked my mama when I was 16 years old, I said, Mom, I don't like this name. It's not it's not befitting.
Which
It's not
name didn't you like, Logan or Jimmy?
I didn't like Jimmy. I didn't
Okay.
like Jimmy Paul Martin Jr. It just didn't ring. It just didn't. I didn't carry it well. It just didn't fit. Like you put some clothes on in this little baggy. You need to get it tailored. It was baggy on me. You know what I'm saying? The name was baggy. I like to be fit. You know what I'm saying? I like
No,
it to
that's
be,
right.
tucked and snug in the right places. But that name just didn't carry with me.
But has
And so
that been the name that everyone has called you all your life? All your
all my
family,
life,
all your friends, everybody is you're Jimmy
all
or
my life,
Junior.
for 50 years, that's what people have called me, Jimmy.
Wow. And so
And
how do
so
you think how you gonna change that around?
it's simple. I don't worry about those have been calling me. I'm not offended by that. because
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
currently
cool.
now, no matter what, I'm walking in my true identity.
Yep.
Who I was named from the very beginning in 76, Logan Bryce Martin. So those that come now into my circle, those that come aware of me now,
They'll call
they
you
call me
Logan.
Logan.
Mm-hmm.
You can play catch up if you like, that's fine. Or you can stay with the Jimmy. I'm not offended by it because at this point I'm strong.
Right.
I'm carrying my own weight.
Right.
I'm carrying my own weight at this point. So I'm not bothered by that. But I just knew that that wasn't the name that fitted me at 16. So I asked my mother, could I change? She said, yeah, but I thought she was kind of being like a little facetious about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I never did do it at 16. So at
Wow.
41, I did it. It was a new beginning. Weight fell off of me. My father passed. It seemed like a curse had lifted. It seemed like the pressure was off of me. I can move a lot better. I can do certain things that I wanted to do, but just for somehow reason I was dragging or sluggish with it.
Mm-hmm.
But when he went on and he passed off, that weight left me. That
Wow.
burden left me. That mindset, that stress, that dilemma, that load. Because no matter what, my dad, you couldn't tell me I love my daddy no matter what. And people, that's where the book come from. The funeral for my father. People that knew me and knew my past. How could you dare funeralize a man of such who did your family, did you the way he did y'all?
The way he
How?
did y'all.
It I still had a duty at the end of the day. I'm the oldest.
You have to honor your parents.
I have to exactly whether regardless of the situation,
Yep.
I didn't look at it through a father and son because we had distant from that. I was now a man. I was a young man. I was a man, not a boy to a dad or a
Mm-hmm.
father to a son. Sometimes you do things in life that will allow you to um, take away the titles. That makes sense.
Yeah, I do.
A
It
father
does.
title,
Mm-hmm.
a father title, or a son you title. There's things in life that would happen to where I literally cut him off because there was something that I disagreed with. And despite that, no matter what, I still had a duty. As the oldest, it's in my heart to do and see him through because it was my responsibility as the oldest.
Wow. Wow.
Not
Wow.
because he
And
was
you
my
weren't even
father.
and you weren't even close. So you're saying you had cut him off and you weren't even having a father. You didn't have a close relationship with your dad as
We
a
was done. We
as a
was
grown man. You didn't have a relationship with him.
we was done.
Okay. But then
We was done.
when he transitioned, you did do what you were supposed to do to honor your dad
Exactly.
in that time.
Exactly. He was in
Okay.
a predicament, health predicament. I stopped my life for 60 plus days single-handedly. There's six of us, but five biological children.
Hmm.
Was the only one who single-handed took care of him from the hospital to hospice to the morgue
Wow.
to the funeral, and the rest is history.
Wow. Wow.
Single-handed did that. I stopped my life for 60 plus days to make sure that he had the best of health. I took who I ever had to take to court to get the legal right to take care of him because I didn't like what was going on. So I took matters into my own hand legally.
Hmm.
The judge granted me to get all of his health, be over his health care with his permission, of course. I did that. And for 60 plus days, I stopped my entire life single handedly. I took care of him from the hospital, hospice, morgue, funeral, buried. I did it all one
Wow,
person.
Logan.
I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you the facts.
Now, did you do it all because your siblings was like, we not doing it? Were they just like unattached and like, we ain't doing it?
I really can't speak for them.
Okay.
At the end of the day, they was made aware of the
Okay.
situation. everyone was made. One thing I do is I let everybody know what is going on.
Okay.
Nobody was left in the dark. So I needed them alone just to say, big bro, we got you. We support
Mm-hmm.
you. You don't have to do nothing.
Right.
Give me the support. I didn't get that support. But I was like, you know what? I got to do what I got to do. And I did it. And I
Now,
and
your parents weren't still together?
my parents divorced by the time I was 13 years old. See, I was the
Okay.
little boy who knew that I was gonna be that family, no matter what, how jacked up black families can sometimes be. All families,
Mm-hmm.
black, white, green, yellow, Latin, it don't matter. You know, we gonna be that family no matter what the picket fence, the white picket fence with the little house. That was my
Mm-hmm.
mindset. And you know, you can call it TV or whatever the case may be, but I just knew that no matter what, my mom was the type, she was raised old school. So, old school, they gonna hang with you no matter
Oh,
what.
that I'm going to listen. They ain't going
Out,
right.
in, out. That was my mama. So my mama wasn't gonna cut no divorces, none of that. And
Mm-hmm.
I, how in the hell do you do it? How do you put up with a man such as Deborah? And I'm like, how? And she
Wow.
did it. But my mama was a praying, fasting, Holy Ghost filled, apostolic, Pentecostal, old school woman to this very day. And it's because of her that I do what I do. Because when I wanted to check out, when I wanted to say, bump everyone,
Mm-hmm.
mom, dad, sisters, brothers, cousins, auntie, nobody cares.
You wanted
So
to be like, to hell with all y'all.
I'm out. But it hit me. Your mama still didn't get what she's supposed to get. Who's gonna give it to her? You gone. You locked up. You dead. How are you gonna make right with your mama? That sit with me. So
Mm.
I couldn't check out.
Mm.
I couldn't check out. I couldn't be incarcerated. I couldn't do stupid stuff because my mama needed me. You understand what I'm saying?
That was the
And,
Holy Spirit telling you, don't listen to the enemy. You ain't don't go down that road. No, 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 no. Mm.
exactly. So I had to get myself together on my own
Mm.
and make things work so that my mom latter years will be her greatest years. And that's why I did the book based on my story, based on my life, based on my upbringings, based on what we went through, based on what my mom went through, what she had to do, how she provided
Mm.
for 6 children, no jobs, was on welfare, came off of welfare because mama didn't like nobody in her business. We didn't stay long. We ain't no 4, 5, 6
Mm-hmm.
generation. No, she went and got a job and we made it. But we don't know how we made it. People don't, and I know it sounds cliche as people like, no, we don't realize I can't speak for everybody else, but for us, mama only got $525. My
Mm.
father was a military man.
Mm. Mm.
How
Mm.
was a family of 6 surviving on $525 a month? Gas, rent, clothes, food, shoes.
Ooh.
How? But she made it happen. She made it happen. We survived some kind of way. We made it. And
So the street life didn't take you out. Did you get any trouble during that time?
of course I got in some trouble. I was at one point I was just again ready to just say forget it. And so I linked up with some folks back in Vegas. It's back
Mm-hmm.
in and it was mob connected.
Mm-hmm.
And we did some crazy things. Wasn't nothing crazy like criminal. Well, it was criminal, but it wasn't nobody got killed.
Right.
Nobody
Ain't
did none of
nobody
that.
died.
No shootouts, nothing like that. It was just I was doing crazy stuff
Mhm.
because I was trying to reach a level to do what I needed to do for my family. And it wasn't the right thing to do, but I did it. It didn't work out. You got caught. And here I find myself literally in Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada, running from the MPD.
Mhm.
I'm running from the police who could have literally ended my life as I'm running with my back towards him. And
Wow.
I jump down, I scale a wall and I jump, I fall about at least somewhere between 10 and 11 feet down into a ravine sort of makeshift ditch, sprain my ankle, literally find myself in someone's backyard and hiding under a torp, leading from that, going through a dog trap in the door, getting into the house.
Logan, what?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. Hey, we gonna go there. We gonna go.
Wow.
Literally getting through a door trap for a dog and hiding by a jacuzzi and a old bloodhound dog comes. He didn't bark. I believe, I believe God was with me in the midst of my ignorance
Oh,
because
yep.
that dog never barked.
Mm.
Helicopters, law enforcement surrounded. Helicopters, you can hear looking for me. I hid till late night, early evening, probably 6, 7 o'clock that evening. Took someone's cell phone who was in the home. They never came down. They never came to the jacuzzi area where I was hiding behind the wall.
Mhm.
Had other clothes on and changed out of those clothes, left those clothes in the home. Yeah, I had a couple pair of clothes on. Yeah, on top of the other clothes. Yeah, I had 2 pair of
Right. So
clothes.
you take, right.
Take it off, do whatever, woo. And I leave the top pair that I had on. Left that there, and I had on another pair, second pair. So I called someone. I got their phone, took their phone, stole their phone. Take me, I ain't take it. Stole the phone. Called.
Borrowed.
No, stole.
Oh,
Stole their phone and called someone. They came and got me. I hid in their trunk. They drove me to their apartment. I changed, showered, changed, jumped the Greyhound, left. Well, Lord behold, feds came knocking. Years, not a years later, but a few months later, knocking.
wow.
I'm trying. At this point, I know I messed up. So I'm trying to right my wrong right. So I enrolled in college and all of that, and
They
feds
come
rise up.
knocking.
They come knocking. I get in my car to go to school. At this time, I'm registered to go to college, and I'm getting in the car that morning, and they swoop up on me, and is this you? With a poster with my picture and all this? Yeah, want it. Yeah, FBI want it. Yeah, no joke. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people don't know that story, but that's the real story. That's a real story. That ain't nothing fake. The book
Wow.
is real, factual. What I'm telling you is real. I've never told this story, but
Wow.
at the end of the day, even though I did that, God was with me every step of the way. I
Mm.
had accepted, I had accepted my faith. I said, you know what? I
Mm.
deserve to go to pen. I deserve to get whatever time they telling me. I accepted that. I embraced it because I knew my life was over with. And I was like, my mom gonna be very disappointed in me, but I get out in 20 plus years or whatever the case may be, and I just try to figure it out from that. They took me into the interview room. They set me down. They asked me some questions. I told them straight up, I ain't gonna lie to you. I did this, I did that, but I didn't have nothing to do with that. Yeah, we ran together, but I told him I was done. He went and did that. So what happened? He went and did whatever he did. He got caught. My name came up in the mud. I accepted it.
Mm.
Put me in a hole in the cell. I say less than 72 hours. All right, sir. Get ready to get your things together. We're gonna go ahead and release you. Never served a day. Now tell me I'm not destined. Because
Huh.
I am.
Huh.
Yeah. Never served a day. Never served a day in the penitentiary. Never served a day in the state penitentiary, federal maximum, and I deserved it.
God don't play
Never
about his people though.
served a day. Didn't have to snitch. Didn't tell. Didn't do jack. I was destined then, and I knew it, but I didn't know it then until that day. So I knew to get my things together. I knew to get my life together.
That's right. That was that right there is when God said, "Now look here now.
Yeah,
I got you. But now
yeah.
you ain't gonna keep on now, because you know they you know what they say about us in the Bible, that we stubborn. But he
Stubborn.
was like, listen now, get it together.
Right. And I got it together. I didn't do anything else. And so all my life I've been grinding. I've been grinding. How can I get
Yeah.
do this? How can I get over to do that? But it seemed like everything I was doing wasn't working. I went to Hollywood. I did, my first reality TV show was I Love New York. I'm the guy they called champion. So I was on second season.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that was my start. And I'm like, I don't want to do it because I don't like the negative. And I'm gonna tell you, people will knock you no matter what. You can do good, they'll knock you. You can do bad, they'll knock you. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn my defense mechanism was this. I don't give a damn what you think about me. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I think is best for me because it's me,
Mm-hmm.
not you, it, they, it. It's
Yep.
me. And so I stayed focused on doing what I had to do, even though I ran into big brick walls and things of that and dilemmas and, kind of got kicked out of Hollywood because I wouldn't fold and bend. Well, hey, it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't been like that. I've been the other way, not
Right.
the, Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I wasn't going. So I kind of got, pushed out of that a little bit, and that's cool. So
Mm-hmm.
years later, I'm back on the same. I'm doing TV. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And the way the book came about was I just had a thought. I do when I'm 50. I do when I'm get done doing what all I want to do. Because at this time I had plans to retire and all this crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And God made a way. 19 months later, got a finished product, and it's been great ever since.
I'm
Um,
so proud. This journey you have taken us on has been really, really inspiring, honestly. And I'm just so proud um of everything that you have shared and just to know that God placed his hands on you at at conception, like you said, like you one knew what happened to your mother when you was in her womb. So,
yeah,
for those who do not read, no shade to anybody who doesn't read, but I always like to educate y'all. Usually in the Bible, when you see someone like this young man here who's been under attack all the time. Usually it's because God has placed something really special on that person's life, and then the enemy knows it. The enemy don't like it, and the enemy just continues to try to attack. Right? And now, though, you got so armored up now. The enemy he gonna keep coming though. Now, Logan, you already know that he gonna keep coming. But you so armored up now. You're like, okay, what you got next? What you got?
right,
And that's what
right.
I'm very so proud of you for,
Thank you,
right? And
thank you.
just recognizing who you are to God, who you
Right,
are and why you are here and what your purpose is. Your journey has showed others that,
yeah,
no matter what you have gone through, you can still see God's hand in all of it
right,
if you
right.
pay attention, right?
Exactly.
And
You're absolutely
so
right. Yes.
and so here we are now,
Mhm.
you're 50.
Yeah.
And what would you say to someone now that experienced something similar to what you did, growing up as a preacher's child and all of the scrutiny and not having a close relationship with their father because the father did what they did. A lot of us have that story, right? And like, Mom, how could you even stay with somebody like that?
Right.
And so do you have any advice, Logan? What would you let me rephrase the question? This is a good one.
All right.
What would you say right now to 7-year-old Logan? What would you say to him?
7-year-old Logan,
7-year-old Jimmy.
7-year-old Jimmy. Wow.
You're a grown man now, and you encounter 7-year-old. What think about who you were and what was going on in your mind and difficulty. A little boy. Let's pick any age, but what would you say to him today?
Honestly, I would say, looking back, I would say, um, this is normal. What I'm experiencing is normal. This is pure love. This is way it's supposed to be. There is no other way. You know, it's this is what you have to accept. You are loved, you are adored, but something is missing, and you know it at 7 years old. You're not receiving every single thing that you should be receiving because you're a kid. A kid knows, you know.
Mhm.
A kid knows. You can try to pretend, and there's something about a child when they get a certain age that it leaves them. But a child knows certain
They
things. They can
know.
feel certain things. They can sense certain things. So me at 7 years old, I know that I'm lacking something. I know my mother loves me. I know my father loves me. I know they're trying to do this and that for the betterment of the family and for the and them and us as a whole. But I am missing something.
There's something
Something
right.
is empty. Something's not being filled. There's a void there.
Mhm.
What is it? I don't know. What is it? But you know what? I'm gonna take the ride. I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna see what the end, as the old folks say. I'm gonna go and see what the end gonna be. You know, I'm gonna ride with it. And and as I ride along with this thing, I realize, okay, I see what it is. I'm not getting the affection that I see other folks. I'm not
Mhm.
getting, we're not being embraced like I see everyone else, but we're hearing the love of Jesus. We're hearing how you talk about God loves this and this and that, and we talk about a gothy love, and but why is it's in the church but not at the crib? And so I'm like, you know, the word is saying one thing, but at the crib
Mhm.
another thing. So what the hell is really going on? And I'm like, this ain't. But I see somebody else ain't in the church. I know they ain't in the church, but they're getting affection. They're getting hugged. They're getting kissed on the cheek. They're getting kissed on the forehead. They're getting embraced. And I'm like, why are we not getting that? But we're talking about the love of Christ and we're going to church and
That is so
also
good.
at home and we at church embracing and hugging and things of that nature. But at home, it's not happening.
Right.
I said, something's not right with this picture. So I
Wow.
said, when I get older, I'm gonna find what I'm missing.
So
I'm
let
gonna
me ask
find.
you something.
Mhm.
Did it make you, are you an affectionate person yourself now?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm definitely an affectionate person. I'm affectionate. I'm loving. I'm giving. I'm there. If you my woman, you in like Flynn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we all the way in there. Get in there. No, but no, but seriously, I am all of that because why? I knew what it felt when you didn't get it or receive it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I
Right.
had to take what my mama instilled in me, take a little old school, put it twisted with a new school, and what worked for me then, I kept it. What didn't, I got rid of it.
Get rid of it.
Came with my own thing.
Are
So
you a dad yourself?
I am. I am the father of 6 children, 4 girls and 2 boys, and two
Yeah.
grandbabies, granddaughters. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yay! I
yeah,
love it.
yeah. So
I
yeah,
love it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess this is probably a silly question, but you're a great dad?
I believe I am. I believe I am. I believe I am a great dad. I say that because I did not become my father.
You didn't you
Did not come to. I did not become my father. My
you
my
broke the
children did not
you did the generational thing, you broke it.
exactly. I made
Good
sure
for
that
you.
even though my children were not by the same women, I made sure we stayed together. I made sure I stayed in their lives. I made sure I supported them to the best of my ability.
I
I
love
made sure they were going to college. I funded the colleges. I did what I needed to do.
I
Now,
love that.
it ain't going to ever be perfect,
No.
but to say I'm a deadbeat or I abandoned or I wasn't there, the devil is a lie.
Right.
Never, never. My goal was to make sure that all my children knew each other, stayed with each other. We did. We went to the beach together. We did father and daughter trips. We did father and sons trips, zoos, and things of that nature. father and daughter's trips together.
I
So
love
no,
it.
I was adamant about that because why? I didn't get that. We
Yep.
didn't experience that as a kid.
Hmm.
My siblings, we didn't do that. We
So
went
you wanted to
to
make
church.
sure
Exactly.
that your children experienced it. So I
Exactly.
love breaking generational curses, and that's what you have done, Logan. And
Yeah. Yeah.
again, I'm I've never met you. If for you all watching tonight, I know that this flowed really well. This was great tonight, but we really don't even know each other. This is my first time
Exactly.
interacting with him, and I'm very proud of you. I am
Thank you.
super proud of you.
Thank
And what's next for you, Logan? Share now. Take these last few minutes to talk a little bit about what do you see next for you in your life, and how can people best support you in your book, all of the things.
What's next for me is, for one, this here, funeral for my father.
That book
Definitely
right there. How can
gotta
people
get
get
it.
it? How can I get it?
You can literally go to www.loganbrycemartin.com. You can order from the website, or you can go to Amazon. You can get it directly from Amazon. What else? What else? You can reach out to me through Instagram. You can contact Michael Lee Winhurst, who is my manager. He's on social media as well. If it had not been for him, the book wouldn't have been as great as it is. So
Wow.
shout outs to him.
Shout
He's a
out to him.
heck of a writer, and so I'm privileged and honored for that. But yeah, you can get that book. Currently, we're looking to do stage play. We're looking to pitch it for a film. So you get
Yes.
Logan Bryce Martin is not going away. I'm here to stay, and I'm coming hard, and I'm not playing around. So you like it or don't like it, don't matter to me, but I'm coming.
That's right. I love it. I love it. You want to share with how people can follow you? So we know the website is
Mhm.
www.loganbrycemartin.com, right?
That's correct.
And you're also on other
I'm
social
on,
media platforms, Facebook and Instagram, right?
that's correct. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, um, Instagram, and you can find me under LBM LBMF, which is LBM Foundation, which you can find me on that. I have a nonprofit foundation, so it's called LBMF, which is Logan Bryce Martin Foundation. But you can find me under those handles on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I think I'm also on YouTube. So we got several things. Several things are working in the work. Book here. I've gotten probably three more books by the time we're finished. I'm doing things in the community. I'm looking to do some things for in my city in Kentucky, in Paducah, Kentucky. There's an issue that I want to tackle. There's three things that I'm looking to do this year in 2026 alone. There's 1,200 children who are homeless with families, so I'm looking to provide housing in some shape, form, or fashion for those families. It may start out with a small number, but I got to make something happen. It makes no
That's
sense
right.
in a city that 1,200 children with families are homeless. That's ridiculous. Something's got to be done. So that's on my agenda this year. There's some couple other things that I'm focusing on as well. I won't reveal those on the air, but but for the nonprofit ordeal, that's what I'm doing. I also want everyone to go to the website. That's
I
www.loganbrycemartin.com.
put it
There's a
in the comments, y'all, so you can see it. Okay. I'm gonna
there's
pin it right now. Okay. I just put it in the comments. Hit the website, everybody. Y'all see it? Okay. Okay, now.
And there's also the foundation is also sponsoring a young man by the name of Edward uh, Watson. Edward Watson, and Edward is an autistic young man who is a great swimmer. He's actually competing in the Special Olympics 2026 national tournament in Minnesota this year. He wins, he gets to go to the international to Italy. So LBMF is sponsoring that. Go to
Wow.
the website, donate, give to that cause, make sure that he has a PA and things he needs to travel and take care of him and all that good stuff. So I want everybody to do that. So because I want to give back, I want to try to help those that I can, and that's one of my things is helping people, because everybody needs that. I didn't
I
get
love
that, but
it.
hey, I feel that that's one of my callings is being there for people and providing for people to the best of my ability. So I want everybody to go and do that. And it is my birthday. I'm 50 years
Yay.
young.
Happy
So
birthday.
don't play with this. Go on and go make that thing
Go
viral.
on and get that book, y'all. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. 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 Let's run it up, y'all. Let's support him. Please,
Yeah.
let's support. Y'all know I'm big on supporting. We got to support our people. We're doing this. We all in this thing together now, y'all. So it'll mean everything to me if you support Logan. Get a copy of his book, even if you want to get it and get it for another young man and send it to him. Get it for your nephew or your brother or your uncle or something like that. But get it, okay?
Yeah.
Get the book, okay? Logan,
Definitely.
thank you so much again for being a part of Trauma to Triumph. Please don't be a stranger. I mean, you are part of this. Now you're part of it. So we got to do some more work. I'm sitting here, my brain is ticking. I'm just like, because I saw some people in the comments saying, you should be a mentor. But, your story and different pockets of it, like we could really do some things. So
I'm down. Let's do it.
Think about it and make it happen and get on a bigger platform.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you. For all of you all who watched tonight. I saw so many of you tonight. Y'all listen, y'all be showing up and showing out. And I'm so very grateful. I really am. Thank you for sharing it. Everybody, I saw some of you all sharing it. What's the name of the book? Someone's asking one more time, Logan. Let's show it one more time.
Funeral for My Father.
Funeral for My Father. Logan Bryce.
Martin. Yep. Funeral for My Father.
All right, Logan, this whole interview will stay up on my Facebook page. It'll be on my YouTube channel. It'll also be on Instagram, and then I will send it to you like Google Drive or something like that, just in case you just want to like chop it up and have some things for yourself.
Okay, sure.
Okay, bitches. Okay. All right. Thank you. So what you doing for your birthday tonight?
Tonight, I'm not going to do anything, to be honest. I am just going to, I'm getting ready to gear up for the 90-day campaign of pushing this particular project here. And so 90 days, maybe I can rest because I have not been able to bask in this book. I've not been able to enjoy the completion of it. I've not been able to do because I'm working. Hey, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm working.
Okay.
So I just gotta do this 90-day thing, get it out the way, and then I can breathe. But right now, there you go.
All right, so I'll check. Okay, I'll check back with you and make sure you keep me updated with your journey and how things are going. And like I said, we can really probably combine a Trauma to Triumph with some things that some synergies and on a bigger platform. So let's think about that too.
Let's do that. Let's make it happen.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm sorry that I kept y'all so long tonight, but this was so good. We could have kept talking for a whole nother hour. Listen, thank you all again for tuning in to another episode of Trauma to Triumph. We'll be back next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time with another great episode. So stay tuned. Thank y'all so much. Love y'all. Good night.
Good night. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Logan.